real estate agent, real estate brokerage, real estate team. What's the difference? What do they all mean? We'll talk about that coming up next. Hey, what's going on, friends? Dylan Onaka here. I am the broker in charge and team leader for the agency Team Hawaii, brokered by EXP. And a lot of times we get asked, what the heck is that? What does that mean? What is that? Is that an agency? Is it a brokerage? Is it a team? And so I'm going to explain that today in a little bit of detail, because a lot of times, like in many industries, there's jargon that you don't really understand, right? So let me first kind of explain realtors and real estate brokers, right? You can have either one of those licenses and be an independent broker that works for a brokerage. So that's what a brokerage basically is a compilation of independent agents, independent contractors who are realtors or real estate brokers and salespersons that will practice real estate in the state that they're in. So the brokerage may have teams inside of the brokerage, but in most cases, brokerages are just a bunch of independent agents that are under one umbrella, whether it's a brand or a company. There are franchises, there are independent brokerages, lots of different models. But somewhat in the last 10, 15 years, the concept of a real estate team became more prevalent, and we've been seeing it really explode and grow, and in many cases is somewhat taking over the industry. And what a real estate team is, what makes it different than a brokerage, is a real estate team is actually that. It's a team. It's a group of people with a shared goal and purpose and mission that are working together to accomplish that mission. And so it's different. It's not a bunch of, they are independent contractors, they are independent realtors and brokers, but they're together under a team umbrella, and every team looks different. They're not all the same. They have different organizational structures, they have different compensation structures. But the important thing to understand is that they are actually a team. And the reason why I started a team and I'm honored to lead a team and will continue to is because I believe that you can provide a higher level of service to your clients via a real estate team than you can by yourself. And what I mean by that is, in the traditional real estate business model, realtors are one-man shows. They do everything themselves. They do the marketing, they do the sales, they show the property, they manage the escrows, they do the administrative paperwork. It's a very inefficient process, and there's no way that one person is a really good master at all of those different things, right? And the same is true of the market that they live in. If you're an independent realtor and you live in a diverse market like the Big Island, there's no way you're an expert selling land in South Kona and condos in Waikoloa and homes in Hilo and in vacation homes in Kona. It's just, there's such a diversity, and unless you've been doing it for decades and decades and decades, there's no way you have a real breadth of knowledge. And there's many people who have been doing it for decades who have just worked in their market and they're not an expert outside of their niche or their local market. And so if you have a team on your side, the difference is that we can specialize, right? We can have people who work in certain areas. We can have people who do certain things. I am a much more skilled broker, leader, mentor than I am administrator. I suck at administration. And so I shouldn't be filing paperwork. I shouldn't be tracking contracts. I can get contracts written, I can get contracts negotiated, but I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And if I have a great person that's gonna help me do those things and stay organized, it's gonna provide a better customer experience for my clients. And that's really the goal at the end of the day, is to provide that. And so that's what we're trying to do, is we provide a more consistent customer experience where you can know that you're gonna get serviced at a high level on every aspect of the real estate transaction. And you're not just hoping that your realtor is good at doing everything, because the reality is, maybe they're out there, but I haven't met too many of them. Some of them are good at one thing, but not good at another thing. And it just makes business inefficient, and at the end of the day, doesn't provide the best customer experience possible to the client. And that should really be our end goal at all times. And so that's kind of the bottom line in it all, is people sometimes feel weird, like, oh, you know, I don't know if I feel like I'm getting pawned off, or I'm not working with the person I originally talked to and all that. And that's one way you can look at it. Or you can look at it like, hey, you're getting better service because maybe if I'm not best fit to show you property in an area of the island that I'm not familiar with, but I have a great agent in that area who's sold 50 properties in that area, I'm better off pairing you up with them and having them advise you and show you around, because you're gonna get a better experience with them than you are with me. And we just gotta be humble and honest about that. And so that is something to consider when you're deciding your real estate journey and, you know, who do you wanna work with. on that real estate journey, because with a team, you can get a breadth of expertise, right? Every agent that works on my team has my expertise, my brother's expertise, brokers that have been brokers for years. They can come to us and we can help with a transaction, and they may not have the experience that we have or the knowledge that we have, but they have access to it, and we have a vested interest in seeing them succeed and providing that outstanding customer experience. So it's a big thing to consider, whether you're just gonna bet on one person to hopefully handle it all for you, or bet on a team that is gonna bring a higher level of service. And the best way to think about it is, when you go to the heart surgeon, do they have a team? Do they do everything? Do they check you in? Do they, wipe you down? Do they prep you? They don't, right? The heart surgeon does the heart surgery, and they have a team of people around them that are gonna do all of those other things. Same thing with an attorney. If you gotta go to a high-powered attorney, do they do all of the different jobs? They have paralegals and assistants and partners. There's a team of people that are working to accomplish that mission. And in my opinion, real estate is no different. You need a team of professionals who are going to be experts at what they do and best at what they do in order to provide you with the best possible service. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below. You can email me at dylan@buybigisland.com, and look forward to seeing you guys next week. Aloha.